Hi everyone, I'm here with the Good and the Beautiful Handwriting book level 3. This is the book that has to do with cursive handwriting. Now, a lot of people wait until the child is in 3rd grade to do handwriting cursive, but I have learned and I have heard that handwriting is a useful skill to show children how to read because the letters connect to one another and it's so easy for the eyes to continue to move following the sequence of the letters from beginning to end. Of course, there's a time and a place for print handwriting, which is the one that we use the most. And there's a time and a place for writing numbers because this is the building blocks of math. We cannot just do math lessons if we don't know how to write our math answers, writing numbers. So everything is kind of tied up together. Now, my approach is that if the child is not ready yet, don't push it. Just present it to them. If the child does a little bit of work today and it's already too challenged, then you can stop it and come back to it maybe a week from now, maybe a month from now, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months. And when you come back again, by that time period, the child has already gained enough skills to where the child can feel more prepared to focus on this. So don't feel like all the curriculum needs to be done right away. Sometimes children aren't ready yet, but if you give it enough time, they will become ready. So let's just be patient with each other, and there's no rush for this. We have like all our lives so we can practice letters and numbers. We're gonna use them all the time, so there's definitely no rush. So here they started writing print letters because of course that's the one that is used the most. And as you can see, there's like a letter drawing activity that builds upon each other. You start small, you do more details until you have the final drawing. And then you go down here and you add even more details, and you encourage the child to kind of imitate these steps and arrive at the final result and color it and kind of have fun with it. So the first letter here, of course, it's letter A, and it's our cursive handwriting letter A. It is super, super important for children to know that in cursive you do extra lines. It shows you like a little arrow where you go up, then you go down, and then you go like this. That's why it's so important to make sure there are enough arrows here. I think there's some arrows missing because we don't really have an idea if it's gonna go like that. With my right hand, if it's supposed to go like this, like that, and like that. So we definitely want to make sure that sometimes when we write cursive letters, we're just going over the same thing twice. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. It's just a different style of doing things. But the most important thing that helps with reading is that there's a connection. This is like a letter connection for the letter that comes before it, and there is a connection for the letter that comes after it. And these little things are the things that help children read and understand that letters are connected. Here we move on to writing a sentence, to doing copy work. There's a time and a place for copy work, of course. And here we continue writing letter A, and now letter L. This has like it has dots for how you should go, but for some reason it's supposed to go, I guess, like this. You go here, then you go up, then you go down, and then you end here. I guess color red is first. You follow the red, then the orange, and then you finally made it to the green. So if it's color coded, it's definitely color coded. There's like a time and a place for each color, and it tells you when to leave the pencil. So basically that's kind of the idea. How you begin, I guess you begin in red and you kind of progress until you make it to green. I think that's a good approach. I think if the child understands there's a color code to this, they can feel like they have something to look forward to. That way, this writing method sometimes can feel exhaustive for kids, way too much, but there's actually a process to it. So the same thing here, letter L. Letter L is kind of more complicated because it kind of just crosses over. You kind of have to understand the hardest part is right here, knowing when to go up, when to go to here, this detour, and when to come down and then go up. So just be patient. A lot of this has to do with patience and persevering and trying again tomorrow and continuing. And there's all these nice little cute activities for the children to imitate, to write to the best of their knowledge. It also builds point-to-point correspondence, whereas this corresponds to this corresponds to that. And that is so important for skills like math, for handwriting, for basically for any skill. You basically need that point-to-point correspondence and become familiar with how everything works so that you can become successful. So you start here, you go here, now you're supposed to go up and go down. Now my child goes like this, goes here, and then goes here. But the idea with cursive handwriting is that you don't really lift your pencil grip. You hold on to your pencil and you don't kind of go up. You just kind of trying to keep everything connected. You go up this way, then you go down that same way, and then you go up. The way she does it is she goes like this, make this into like a circle, stop here, make it here, and then you raise the pencil and then you kind of go down. I think you're supposed to go like that, make your full circle, come down through that same pathway, and then go up. And this is the connection to the next letter when you're ready to write a whole letters together. So there should be more detail for me, from my perspective, so that there's totally clear expectations and instructions on what the child should be doing. But again, either way, this is not the only handwriting tool out there for cursive. And with all of this, you're not trying to achieve perfection of any kind. You're just trying to achieve just motion, just getting started and continuing and building the momentum and doing just enough today to where you can feel like you can come back tomorrow and try again. And over time, we can build perfection. We can just improve a little bit over time. Now, if you see that your child's having trouble just holding the pencil right, or it's just making careless mistakes today, tomorrow, the next day, you definitely have to guide your child towards the right way of writing the letters so that they can learn the right way and improve from there. Have a clear understanding of what the right way even looks like, and then they can imitate it. That's why this activity is important for the parent to be right next to the child, guiding them. It's not time alone work. It's time alone work if they feel like they've seen it before and they feel comfortable with it and they can just run with it. But at the beginning, if the parent is right there next to the child or the educator is right next to the child, then it's best if the child knows that there's a right way of doing this thing so that they can imitate it. Even if they make mistakes, they can imitate it. And eventually things are going to get better and better. So I hope that you feel motivated to teaching your child or your student how to do letters, handwriting letters. It's definitely supposed to improve them with their reading comprehension, which is one of the most important skills that we can teach our children. And I hope that you have a good day. Bye-bye.